Alrighty, and welcome to part two of my series on how to make a transparent background on Photoshop. So, in the last video, we discussed all of the lighting tips that I have to get a great image to work with to increase your chances of getting a really good transparent background. And now that we've got our image, it's time to open Photoshop. So, if we just scooch on over here, as soon as I get out of my browser, you won't see me anymore. So, I'm just going to disappear now. All right, cool. I've got a folder here, so make transparent background on Photoshop, and inside of there, I've got my perfect ditto image, Shablamo, there he is. Again, this guy is in the description. If you guys want to work on him, you can download him directly from my website and have a crack at this tutorial on the exact same subject for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, open with, and select Photoshop. So this is the latest version of Photoshop. And if you haven't got an up-to-date version, you can just go to Adobe's website and suss out which package is going to be right for you. I did have the Adobe full creative suite at one point, but I thought I don't actually even use Illustrator or InDesign. Photoshop's mainly the one that I use all the time. So yeah, anyway, okay, cool. So once we're open in Photoshop, it'll all look like this. If you're brand new in Photoshop, don't freak out. There is so many different tools in here, but for this particular tutorial, we're only going to be using about 3 or 4 things in Photoshop, so you don't have to worry. It's actually very simple. Now, the first thing we want to do is get our properties panel open. Now, where is that? For me, I have it right here. I can see that already. However, if you can't see yours, all you need to do is go to Window and click Properties, and it'll automatically pop it open for you. So once your property panel's open, you want to pull this down here and you want to click Quick Actions, and it's going to bring up 2 tools. So you've got select subject. So what that does is it guesses where the subject is in the image and it'll make a selection. These little dotty things, we call them running ants. And we've also got a remove background tool. I'm going to get rid of that selection by pressing Command D. And pretty much, you guessed it, we're just going to click remove background. All right. And what's going to happen when Photoshop receives that signal from us to remove background, what it's going to do is it's going to suss out all of the pixels in the image, and it's going to go, okay, there's a large variety of images that are the same color, and there's also something in the center that's completely different. And again, going back to our photo tips, making sure that color differentiation, this is where this really comes in handy, because that's exactly what Photoshop's just gone and done. It's gone and found all of those pixels by color, and it's made a cutout for us. Sweet. And as you can see from one click, it's not done a bad job, right? Like it's pretty good. And if we go to our layers panel, you'll see here what's happened is Photoshop's actually created a layer mask. In short, the easiest way to explain a layer mask is it's just a sublayer that sits over the top of your real image. And see how the layer mask is in black and white? Well, all that's saying is whatever's in white, it's revealing of the image below it. And what's in black, it's hiding. So it makes sense that we've got a layer mask over here. We can see ditto is like the outline is all in white, and that's exactly what we're seeing on the screen. And then in black, the background that we had, we want it hidden. If you press shift and then left click, it'll turn the layer mask off so you can see the original. And then if you just press shift and click again, it'll show you what it's actually layer masked. Now, this layer mask actually looks quite good, okay? Like for one click, it's not bad. But if you look up really close at the bottom of ditto here, you can see some of the shadow has still been put in. Stuff like this is pretty hard to avoid in the photo imaging phase. So it's kind of inevitable and you've got to deal with it somehow, depending on how good the software is. And unfortunately, Photoshop's not recognized this as not being part of the subject. So we do need to fix it. And the way that we would fix a jagged edge like this is we would just subtract a little bit more of our subject from the layer mask. In this layer mask here, these jagged points are present. And the way we get rid of them is by using the exact same color that we want to remove with. So black removes part of the image, white brings it back. So just for example, let's get our paintbrush. This is the paintbrush here. We're going to set our foreground color to black. We're going to make our brush size a little bit smaller. I'm going to go about 25 pixels. Yeah, that looks good. And then if I make sure my layer mask is selected and then start painting, you'll see that it starts to take some of the image away. Now, if I accidentally go, whoa, up like that and go, shit, I just accidentally whited out a heap of my thing, I would just change the foreground color to white and then I can paint back over it and it brings it back. A layer mask is so much more effective than using something like the eraser, because if you use the eraser, it actually gets rid of the image. There's no opportunity to bring it back. But when you have a layer mask, it's just so much better for bringing parts of the image back that you accidentally delete, or if the auto layer mask does that. But yeah, so what we're going to have to do, I'm going to actually make my brush way smaller, and I'm going to get right in nice and close. I'm also making sure that I'm on a soft round brush, by the way. And I'm going to go back to black, and I'm going to get rid of some of the parts that should have been collected by the layer mask or the original background removal tool. I mean, Photoshop's done a pretty good job straight out the gate with what they did. It's just these little shadows that need to be getting rid of, and that is not a problem. Like, it's pretty easy, and it's not too time consuming too. I guess if you have to do this on multiple images, like 100 images, it could be a little bit difficult, but right now, that's the best technology that Photoshop can offer. And yeah, it's just how we do it. And depending, it usually should be pretty good. Like, this won't take me too long. You just literally have to go along and see. I've probably got that a little bit too much there. Yeah, okay. Zoom. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. I'm going to go through and just refine my edges, and then I'll be right back and show you what the final result looks like, okay? Ta-da! There we go. So I've just gone ahead and done my refining, and this is now looking really, really nice and smooth. There's no jagged lines. There's no shadows. It all looks pretty damn good to me. I could probably, because I'm a perfectionist, I could probably just get rid of a little bit more there. Oh God, I'm terrible. Okay, cool. No, I'm happy with that, and I feel like this is quite professional. And again, if we want to just see how far we've come already, we go Shift, click the layer mask. You can see the original, and then what it looks like after you've removed the background. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I might just quickly reference my blog post just to make sure I know where I'm up to. Hello again. So yeah, we've gone through all of these parts. As you can see, we've been here, we've seen the jagged edges, we've cleaned up the bottom there, and now we're left with a beautiful cutout of our ditto. So we're now ready for the next step, which is how to actually export your image with a transparent background. I'll explain all about that in the next video. There is a few steps to that, just in terms of files, what they do, why we save them the way we save them. And yeah, I'm going to get into the guts of that in the next video. But for now, you should have a beautifully cut out ditto. So I'll see you for part 3 of how to make transparent background on Photoshop.